Hello, boys and girls. Mr. Giamini. I want to apologize for not being in school today. Had some personal things I need to take care of. But I wanted to leave you with my voice because, let's face it, I know Taylor Washington sitting in my third period class just wanting to hear my voice today. Or probably see Cal. Probably wants to hear my voice. I know Cal's probably smiling right now. Maybe he's even blushing a little bit. But anyways, let's take a look. This is what we're going to progress into for the final 3 or 4 weeks of the school year. Solving multi-step equations. This will be the first component of this new topic, as well as solving multi-step inequalities. Something we haven't talked about in a while, inequalities. But let's try to tackle here without me being in school physically. Let's try to tackle some multi-step equations. Now, the first thing we're going to see today is we're going to have variables on both sides of the equation. Now, let's recall an equation is just two expressions separated by an equal sign. All right, so all we really have here is two expressions, separated by an equal sign. So here's my equal sign. Let's get back to the pen here, Mr. Giamini. There we are. Here's our equal sign, and it is just separating two expressions. And we see we have two terms here. 5p is one term, 14 is the other, separated by the subtraction sign. Here we have 8p is one term, separated by the addition sign from the other term 4. Now what I like to do is I try to get my variables on one side and my other integers on the other side. What I'm going to do is I'm going to try to bring the p's over to the right and get rid of these integers and put them over to the left. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to rewrite this. 5p minus 14 is equal to 8p plus 4. Alright, let me change colors here so we kind of see what I'm doing. Let's deal with these variables, or these coefficients first. I want to get the p's over to the right. I have 5p here. Well, to get rid of it, I need to subtract it. If I add it, I'd have 10p over here. I don't want to do that. So we'll subtract 5p from both sides. Alright. We will bring down everything once we do our calculations here. This cancels out. I'm left with a negative 14 is equal to, well, if I had 8p's, I take 5 away. I now have 3p, and that is plus 4. Okay, not done yet. What I now need to do is get that integer, that 4, over to the left side of the equation, I have the 3p here. I'm excited because I have all the p's on one side of the equation. Let's get rid of this 4. Well, it's adding 4. The inverse of addition is subtraction, so we'll subtract 4 from both sides. Now, if I need to, I can. We haven't done integers or adding, subtracting integers in a while. We have, I owe you $14. I just lost $4 more to you, so now I owe you a total of $18. Remember, if you want to think about this, it really looks like this longhand, negative 14 minus 4. When we're subtracting, what we're really doing is adding the opposite of the second term. So the 14 stays the same. We add the opposite of 4, which now becomes negative 4. Negative 14 plus negative 4 gives us negative 18. We have that equals, the 3p has not changed, so that comes down. And now we want to solve for 1p. I'm not concerned with the 3p's. I know 3p is equal to negative 18. We now solve for 1p. To do that, I'm going to divide both sides by 3. Not only do we have adding and subtracting integers, we have multiplying and dividing them. Cancels out. We're left with p is equal to, well, if this was 18 divided by 3, that'd be 6. But because one's a negative, one's a positive, it becomes a negative 6. So there's my answer. P equals negative 6. Go ahead and try writing this one down and solving it yourself. So we have p minus 4 is equal to negative 9 plus p. Go ahead and write that one down for yourself. Alright, I'm going to pause the video and try to solve that. Okay, now that you're back, let's take a look at this one. How can we do this? Well, I guess I could. Let's see here. We have p here, minus 4 equals negative 9 plus p. If I subtract p from both sides, so minus p, I have now nothing here. So I have negative 9 or negative 4 equals negative 9. Well, there's no solution to this because this cannot be solved because I don't have any more variables. They're now gone. So guess what? I'm done. This is no solution. Can't be solved. It can't be solved. I am done with this one. Hey, that was nice, wasn't it? I gave you guys an easy one. That's a little softball there for you. All right. I hope that made sense, because when I subtract this p from here, p minus p gives me 0. So I have nothing there, and I'm left with -4 equals -9. I cannot solve for p, so there's no solution. Okay, let's try 2 more here. A little bit more extensive now. Ooh, I see parentheses, I see times. Oh boy. Okay, again, I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to model one to you guys, and then I'm going to have you solve. Okay, I'm actually going to do this one here on the right, and then I'll have you guys solve the one on the left. But don't do anything yet, just pay attention. So put the pencils down. Medved, Palenko, see, Logan. Yeah, I know you guys. All right, let's try to solve this one. We have 3n minus 5 is equal to, oh, where'd my pen go? There you go. -8 times 6 plus 5n. Donegan. Put that pencil down. All right. First thing, on the left side, there's nothing to simplify. It's just 3n minus 5. Can't combine like terms. Here, I can use a distributive property. I cannot combine any terms inside the parentheses, but I can share this -8 with everything inside. So this left side still says 3n minus 5. Right, Burr? Yes, good. -8 times 6. Negative times a positive gives me a negative, so that'd be -48. Thank you, Manny. We have a -8 times 5n. Well, a negative times a positive gives me a negative, so that gives me a -40. Don't forget about that variable, n. Now everything is in terms. We have 2 terms on the left, 2 terms on the right. Let's combine all the terms now. Let's combine them all. Okay, what we might want to do here is let's get the n's to one side. So, well, there's -40n over here. Let's add them. It's going to be easier for me to add. So, plus 40n on the right side, plus 40n on the left side. That's right, Miss Stack. They cancel out over here. We have 40 plus 3. That gives me 43n. Let's bring down what we didn't use. Minus 5 is equal to -48. Now, if you're like me, you're starting to see what's going on here. All right. Now I have -43 minus 5 equals -48. Okay, let's now, since I have all the n's to the left, which is great, let's bring that integer of -5 to the right of the equation. Well, instead of subtracting it, we're going to add, we're going to do the inverse, we're going to add it to both sides. Okay. I am adding a positive to a negative, so the opposite of adding is subtracting, so we'll just subtract. 48 minus 45 is 43. But which one has a larger absolute value? Which one of these terms, or which one of these numbers is further away from 0? Well, it's -48. So this becomes a -43. And that equals 43n. We will divide both sides by 43 because we don't care what 43 n's are equal to. We know it's equal to -43. We want to solve for one n. That's all we're looking out for here. So divide both sides by 43 by 43. We have n is equal to -1. There's my final answer. Whew. Took me a while. I might be breaking a sweat here. Okay, your job is to solve number 15. So go ahead and write that down for yourself. I'll even help you write it down. We have 2 times, in open parentheses, 4x minus 3, close parentheses, minus 8 is equal to 4 plus 2x. All right, go ahead, pause the video, and try to solve. And we're back. All right, I hope you have an answer for yourself here. Let's take a look. I'm going to guess that Jans saw that he cannot combine 4x minus 3 inside the parentheses, so he distributed that 2 across here. I'm going to guess that Patterson saw that 4 times 2 was 8, but we have to have that 8x. Minus 2 times 3 is 6. We'll bring that minus 8 in there. Equals 4 plus 2x. Now, here comes got to be careful with this. I know my man Buchanan can get this. 8x minus 6 minus 8. We can combine these. Minus 6 minus 8 really becomes -6 plus the opposite of 8 is negative 8. So this really works out to be, 8x minus 14 is equal to 4 plus 2x. Isn't that right, Schaefer? Now let's take a look here. Let's continue to work through this. We have x's on both sides. Well, I kind of see that I have plus 2x here. If I subtract, it won't give me a negative over here. I don't like to deal with negatives. We're going to subtract 2x's from both sides. Subtract 2x's from both sides. Sully's going to tell me that 8 minus x, or 8x minus 2x gives me 6x. It should be right. Minus 14 is equal to 4. Why is this looking odd here, huh? Doesn't it? All right. Oh, wait a minute. I see what's happening now. So does Farini. All right. Taking a look. We're going to now. We have the x's over here to the left. Let's keep them there. We need to get rid of this integer 14. Well, there's a minus sign. The inverse of subtracting 14. That's right, Fansler, is to add 14. We'll add 14 to both sides. Gives me 6x is equal to 4 plus 14 is what, 18? And finally, last but not least, yes, you are right, Drabeck. Always shouting out answers. We will divide both sides by 6. And I get x is equal to, yes, Hunter, x is equal to 3, correct. All right, boys and girls, person in charge is going to give you a handout. What I would like you to do is skip, I repeat, skip numbers 9, 17, and 19. 9, 17, and 19. You are skipping those. Don't be confused by those are the ones you're doing them. You are skipping 9, 17, and 19. I'm also going to have you skip, let's go with skipping number 20 as well. The rest of them, I would like you to attempt. Keyword here is attempt. These are not easy problems, but I am confident that if you put your work into it, you can solve them. Also, too, I don't have any paper here, scrap paper, but I would do these on a separate sheet of paper. That is a lot of work to do on one piece of paper, so do it in your notebook. That might help you out. Tomorrow when I get back, we will go over these, so have these ready for tomorrow. Whatever you do not finish in class will then be considered evening practice. Okay? Have a great rest of the day and evening, and I look forward to seeing everybody tomorrow. All right? Take care. Bye.